Hello, football fans. We're back for another week of XFL. A massive game today between the Battlehawks and the DC Defenders. Of course, a big North Division matchup. The Battlehawks 3-1. The DC Defenders are only undefeated team now in the XFL after the Roughnecks were beaten on Thursday night against the Seattle Sea Dragons. We're just about ready to kick off. It's going to be the Battlehawks kicking off first to the DC Defenders. Before we do, just make sure that you say hi in the chat. The more interaction we get during the streams, the better the streams. Let us know which team you're supporting today. And then let us know your thoughts and opinions on today's game as well. So just about ready to kick off. And the kick is up. It's returnable from the 10-yard line. Straight up the middle, burst through. And an excellent first return for the DC Defenders all the way up to the 42-yard line. So it's Ta'amu who's coming out first. Obviously, the DC Defenders have two quarterbacks that they like to use with, of course, Derek King as well. So 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line for the Defenders. Snap back to Ta'amu. Quick fired out on the screen. Managed to gain 6 yards. Got a good lead block. And that'll set up second and around 4. So spread formation from the shotgun for Ta'amu. Quick fire pass out to the receiver again. Looks to be about a yard short of the line to gain. It's going to be up 3rd and short. DC Defenders got off to a really good start in week 3 in their victory against the Battlehawks. Looking to do exactly the same here. Quieten this crowd down. Snap back and it's a handoff up the middle. Gains 5 yards to first down and now into Battlehawks territory as well. Snap back to Ta'amu. It's quick fire pass again. Gains 9 yards through the air. Really hot start for Ta'amu and this DC Defenders offense. Straight back up to the line. 2nd and 1. Spread formation again. It's a handoff up the middle. It looks like he's got just about enough for a first down. Again, straight back up to the line. Snap back to Ta'amu, who's looking to pass, fires out to the receiver on the screen again. And a really good gain after the catch. 12 yards. And they're right around the 21-yard line of the Battlehawks as well. Trips right formation from the shotgun again. It's a handoff on the sweep, but well snuffed out this time by the Battlehawks. It looks like it's a loss of 3, maybe 4 yards on that one. So 2nd and 14. Crowd's trying to get this defense up for it. And it's a handoff on the sweep again. Decent gain. Gets back to around the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and long. Again, the DC Defenders offense hurrying it up. Straight back up to the line. Trips right formation, out the shotgun. Snap back Tiamu. Scrambles around, makes a player miss. Still going on his feet, dives forwards. I think he's going to be about half a yard short. He's going to be half a yard short of the line to game. It's going to be 4th and inches. I think the defenders are going to go for it. So 4th and 1. Snap back to Tiamu. Takes it himself. And gains 3 yards on the ground. And that's a 1st and goal now for the DC defenders. Excellent opening drive for them.
Bye.
It's a spread formation. Empty backfield for Tiamu this time. Snap back to him, looking to pass. Looking end zone. Look like good defending. Oh, but there is a flag. This could be pass interference. There is. It's pass interference. The ball's going to be right down to the 1 yard line now. It's going to be very difficult for the Battlehawks to stop the DC defenders' offense from 1 yard out. Have to try and defend the run and the pass. So we go 1st and goal from the 1 yard line now for the defenders. Snap back. It's kept by Tamu. Running towards corner, but excellent stop by the Battlehawks defense. It looks like a 3 yard loss. So that sets up a 2nd and goal now. It's a 2nd and goal from the 4 yard line for the DC defenders. It's play action pass. Tiamu scrambles out to his right, looking end zone. Throws it out the back of the end zone. And that sets up 3rd and goal. It'd be an excellent standard for the Battlehawks if they can stop them and force a field goal attempt, having been all the way down 1st and goal from the 1 yard line. You can hear the noise of the crowd. Was a massive influence on last week's win for the Battlehawks against the Renegades. Largest crowd of the XFL so far last week, 38,000. Snap back to Tiamu on 3rd down. Looking end zone. But there is a flag. I think there was a flag before the snap. Oh, it's delay a game as well, so that's going to push the defenders 5 yards further back. Making that a little bit harder to score the touchdown from here. So head coach Anthony Beck's also waving his arms, getting the crowd up for it. Empty backfield from the shotgun for Tiamu. From the 9 yard line, snap back to him. He sets off running up the middle himself. He's got a lot of work to do to get in from here. He dives forward. The ball comes out. I think he was down by contact about half a yard short. And again, the DC defenders have got a decision to make on 4th down. Did tremendously well to get even close. Yeah, his knee was down. The ball was just inside the 1 yard line. And the offense is staying out there. They are going to go for it. Big play in this game already. And it's kept by Tiamu. Keeps going. I don't think he got there. What a stand by this Battlehawks defense. The defenders had the ball first and goal from the 1 yard line. Were forced back. Ended up in 4th and inches. Went for it. Tiamu kept it himself, but the Battlehawks defense stood tall in the end. And then the Battlehawks turn it over on downs. After what was a fantastic drive by the defenders, exactly what happened in the first game a couple of weeks ago. On that occasion, they managed to drive down the field, score the touchdown, and convert a 2-point conversion. On this occasion, it looked like it's going to go exactly the same way. But eventually, the Battlehawks stood tall from the inches line and forced the turnover on downs. So you could tell that crowd is definitely having an influence again on this game, just like last week. We'll see what the Battlehawks do. Hopefully not a repeat of what they did in their first matchup with the defenders. Of course, McCarron throwing the pick 6 early on in that game. Thank you very much for everyone that's joining the chat. Obviously, some people are looking for the live stream of the actual game. Of course, we can't actually bring you that for copyright purposes. But obviously, the game is being shown on FX, which is where obviously we're watching the game from. I know that not everybody has got that channel, unfortunately. So we'll do our best, obviously, to bring the game to you if you're not able to have that channel or have the game on. But come and say hi in the chat if you can. The more interaction, the better. Let us know your thoughts on today's game and give us your score prediction as well. Should be a fantastic game, which should be a 5-way matchup. It was a couple of weeks ago. There's a couple of ejections at the end of that game as well. And such a big game in this division now, with the fact that the Sea Dragons have won 3 on the trot now as well. Now at 3-2. So if the Battlehawks were able to win today, themselves and the defenders would be on 4-1 and the Sea Dragons 3-2. So it'll be a real battle towards getting into the playoffs at the end of the season. So the Battlehawks are going to take over. Eric, we haven't seen you. Where have you been, Eric? We've missed you the last couple of weeks. I'm sure you've got the game, Eric. We know. Hope you're well. First and 10. It's a handoff up the middle. Just about gets out of his end zone. It's Brian Hill, the running back, gains 2 yards. Yeah, I think some people probably come on in expecting to watch the game and they've got some British guy talking. Not what they tuned in for. But it's 3rd down. It's not second down. TV's got it wrong. Empty backfield for McCarron from his own end zone. Takes off running himself out to the left. Looks like he's about a yard short of the line to gain. Tried dangling the ball out in front, but definitely looked a yard short. Didn't extend it enough. So 3rd and 1. It's a toss right to Hill. And just about gets the line to the gain, but there is a flag. Could be coming back, holding. It is holding. It is holding. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. Didn't need to hold. It was from the left side of the line, but the run was to the right. There was no need for the hold. It didn't impact the hold. It didn't impact the play at all. So it's 3rd and 6 now for the Battlehawks. From their own 5-yard line. Empty backfield for AJ McCarron. Snap back to him. Time to throw. Oh, it was low and a dangerous looking pass that could have quite easily been intercepted. Fortunately for the Battlehawks, it fell to the ground. And the Battlehawks offense comes off the field and punt team comes on. So good stand from the DC defenders. And the punt is up. It's going to be returnable from the 50-yard line. Makes a move up the middle into Battlehawks territory. Looks like they've got to around the 44-yard line of the Battlehawks. So excellent starting field position for the defenders on their next drive. So, all right, lads, how are you? Well, I've been in pub all day celebrating Ireland's Grand Slam winning the rugby. Yet, thoroughly deserved from Ireland throughout the Six Nations competition. Absolutely dominated. And I don't think England were ever going to be competitive in today's game. I think quite comfortable was Ireland's win today. That's for sure. But congratulations, Eric. Hope you've enjoyed that one. Eric said he'll try and find. He's watching UFC at the minute. So after the results, the result on Thursday night between the Roughnecks and Sea Dragons sort of opened up the XFL now. The Roughnecks were looking like they could possibly go 10-0, having played extremely well in the first 4 games. But the Sea Dragons, despite Dinucci trying to keep the Roughnecks in the game with 3 interceptions, managed to hold on in the end, the Sea Dragons. And of course, the DC Defenders now the only undefeated team in the XFL. If the Battlehawks are able to win today, there'll be 3 teams at 4-1. The Sea Dragons look good at 3-2. So it's wide open, the XFL, which is good. Of course, we've got the game after this one, which is the Vipers and the Guardians, both 0-4. Could be the toilet bowl game, as we call it. So let us know your thoughts on who you expect to come out winning that one between the Vipers and the Guardians. Let us know your thoughts and score predictions for this game as well. I'll put my score prediction in the chat now. I'm going for Battlehawks 26. Defenders 24. I think the Battlehawks going to win this in a close one. 26, yeah, last second field goal. 26-24, I'm going for. So let us know your score predictions for this game in the comments as well. Yes, Andy picked the Vipers. I got away with one because I was going to pick the Vipers as well because I like the colours of the uniforms. So first down, it's handoff up the middle for the defenders. It's 3-yard gain. Taken to the 40-yard line now of the Battlehawks. Second down and 7. Quick pass out on the screen. Managed to gain around 3 yards. So it's going to set up third and around 4. Clock ticking, just under 5 minutes left in this first quarter. Still scoreless. But the DC offense looks hot at the minute. Snap back to Tamu. Fired out to the running back. What a tackle. What a hit. Coming up from the secondary. Taking out the legs of the running back. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Great tackle. Took the legs from under the running back after he caught the ball, which sets up a 4th and 7. And a punt from the defenders, which is going to be fair caught around the 9-yard line. And that's where the Battlehawks will take over. So a good stand from the Battlehawks defense there. The defenders started with the ball right at the Battlehawks 44-yard line. Weren't able to get a first down on that occasion. So the Battlehawks, led by AJ McCarron, come out for the second drive. First and 10. It's a handoff up the middle to Hill. Breaks through a gap. Keeps his legs going. He's got a first down and more.
Looked like he punched him off there.
Good hard run from Hill on first down. There's an injured DC defenders player down. Just getting seen to by trainers at the minute. So he said, I hadn't seen the pitch. I like the colours. That's our level of expertise. Yeah, I think all of us were shocked with the Vipers field. Most certainly the worst stadium and field, of course, in the XFL. A bit of a letdown compared to the others, especially when you see the stadium that the St. Louis Battlehawks are playing in today.
I want to see a replay this, and I'm sure he got smacked.
And his prediction, Battlehawks to win on penalties. Eric, you mean the crossbar challenge? DC defenders player still down. So there's around four trainers around the defenders player now. So they go to a break. So if you are just joining us, welcome to the NFL UK Ops live play-by-play reaction stream of the St. Louis Battlehawks, so 3-1, versus the DC Defenders, 4-0. It's week 5 of the XFL, so after this weekend, we're halfway through the season the regular season of the XFL. And a really good matchup in this one. Both teams, of course, in the North Division. DC Defenders leading the way at the moment. Battlehawks 1 game behind after the DC Defenders beat the Battlehawks a couple of weeks ago. The Sea Dragons, also in the same division, beat the previously undefeated Roughnecks on Thursday night. So waiting the Wings to possibly leapfrog the Battlehawks next week if the Battlehawks lose today, and possibly next week. Let us know where you're watching today's game from and who your XFL team is. Is it one of the two teams playing here? Is it a team that have played already this week or yet to play? And let us know, of course, your thoughts on what the XFL has been like in your opinion so far. We've most recently released a video last week where we looked at the good, the bad, and the ugly of the XFL. It's in the comments up at the top, so make sure you check that video out. It's on our channel as well. Let us know your thoughts on what you think of the XFL. What have you liked so far from what you've seen? What don't you like? It's been pretty successful, in our opinion, so far. And then from an NFL standpoint, we have a new video coming out tomorrow where we have a dive into the first week of free agency in the NFL and pick our 4 biggest winners and 4 biggest losers in terms of the teams after 1 week of the new NFL season and all of the free agency moves and trades that we've had so far. So make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell so you get notified when we release that video tomorrow. Check it out and then give us your thoughts in the comments as well.
Each hamburger gets put on twice. It's weird. Watch this, he gets smacked.
We've seen a replay of the injury.
Watch 77 smack him.
It's a jarring hit as a safety came up on the tackle. Still made the tackle, but he's now being carted off, laid down on his back. Looks like a neck injury, but hopefully he's okay. So going back to this game, just over 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. The Battlehawks have got the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line.
What does that mean? Clint? No idea. Chicago.
Snap back and handed off to Hill. Gains about 4 yards on the ground on 1st down. Welcome, Clint. Thank you very much for joining us again. Hope you're well. Second and 7. McCavin flipping the play at the line. Snap back to McCavin. He's looking to pass. Fires low. Unable to connect with his receiver. Falls incomplete. Sets up 3rd and 7. Seems very disjointed so far, this Battlehawks offense. Struggling to get any sort of momentum. So 3rd and 7 now. From their own 26-yard line. Trips right formation from the shotgun for AJ McCarron. Snap back to him, looking to pass. Throws is connected with Hakeem Butler. And he's the first down all the way up to the 41-yard line. Finally able to make a connection with one of his receivers. And it's the big-bodied Hakeem Butler who's really stood out so far in the XFL. I've said it each week that I've watched him. I expect that he'll find himself on a preseason NFL roster if he continues playing the way that he's playing. Flipped out to Hill. Managed to keep his legs going to gain a yard or two. That sets up 2nd and 9. There's about a minute left in the first quarter. Empty backfield for McCarron on 2nd and 9. Snap back to him. Fires it short. It's complete. Managed to gain 7 yards. Can set up 3rd and short. And there will be at least one more play before the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 2. Thanks for joining us, Mike. Got the score up. The score's 0-0. Not a lot happened in terms of the scoring so far. Trips formation right from the shotgun for McCarron. 3rd and 2. Right at the 50-yard line. Snap back to him. Sets off running himself up the middle and slides right around the line to gain. It's going to be close.
I think he got it.
Because he gave himself up, it's going to be close. That is the end of the first quarter as well. And we'll see where they do spot the ball. That's interesting what commentators have just said. It's the first scoreless first quarter in the entire XFL season. And between these two teams, you wouldn't expect it either. Really high-scoring matchup in the first game between these two. 34-28, the game finished a couple of weeks ago. But yet, to trouble the scorers so far. There's still 0-0. Still no score. Defenders started off red hot on offense on the first drive. Got it all the way down to the 1-yard line. But then after a good defensive stand and a penalty forced them back. Managed to work back to...
Sorry.
Managed to work it back down to the inches line for 4th and inches, but the Battlehawks defense stood strong there, turned the ball over on downs. The Battlehawks themselves have struggled on offense, but seem to have something going on this drive. Just gained a first down into defenders' territory. Will hopefully continue this drive and score the first points. They think you're smoking something. Yeah, unfortunately, not quite. Not quite, Clint. Not quite. It'll be the heat. It's hot in here now. So let us know, Clint, as well. What do you expect in today's game? I believe, I'm sure you're a Battlehawks fan, if I remember correctly. Are you expecting the Battlehawks to come out and win this game? Obviously, should be a close one. But let us know your thoughts and score prediction as well. Wow. So if you're a gambler, bet on the DC Defenders. Right, they did not gain a first down. It's going to be 4th and inches. Heavy formation. They look like they're in that sort of Philadelphia Eagles formation. Got 2 guys behind McCarron ready to give him that extra push. He has gained enough. It is a first down. So 1st and 10 now for the Battlehawks at the start of this second quarter. Trips right formation from the shotgun for McCarron. Quick fire pass over the middle on run pass option. It's complete. Gains around 14 yards as well to Prohl. Fired in nicely. Plenty of time and space for Prohl to catch it. So 1st and 10 now, down to the 35-yard line of the defenders. Handoff up the middle. Keeps legs going. Looks like he's gained around 5 yards as well. Showing Greg Williams, obviously defensive coordinator of the DC Defenders, former NFL DC. Sets up 2nd and 6. McCarron back in the shotgun again. It's a handoff up the middle on the draw. A good running from Hill again. It's a first down, gains 8 yards on the ground.
He was covering his mouth, but we could hear what he was saying to the microphone. So good drive from the Battlehawks. Now at the 22-yard line of the defenders. It's an empty backfield for AJ McCarron. Snap back to him. Fires over the middle to Prohl, who gets absolutely laid out. Close to a first down. A late flag comes out. This could be on the hit that he took. Could be a helmet-to-helmet. Unnecessary roughness, this. Referee's just discussing it. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure myself if that's a flag. No flag. They've picked the flag up. Good, solid, fair hit after Prohl caught it. Wasn't a helmet-to-helmet. Repositioned his body well and hit him with the shoulder. So good call by the referees. It is a 1st and 10 though. Battlehawks in the red zone. They're down at the 12-yard line of the defenders. Looking to see if they can get points on the board. It's a handoff up the middle. Gained a couple of yards on the ground before being taken down. So 2nd and 8. Empty backfield again for McCarron. The referee's blowing. And there's going to be a timeout for the Battlehawks. Didn't look completely set. The play clock down at 1. They want to make sure they get a good call in here. Clinton, I think in DC going to have the momentum to be the only undefeated team when they were always under Houston in some rankings. I go for Vipers colours and Bryant. We're close to Seattle, St. Louis to go to the game. That's good. That's yeah. Shame about the Vipers. Shame about the Vipers how they've gone on so far this season. Yeah, obviously the well, the Battlehawks have got to play the Vipers twice as well. Obviously, them being in the same division. Welcome, Jerome, as well. No Battlehawks fan. Thank you for joining us. So 2nd and 8 from the 10-yard line. Snap back to McCarron. Sets off running himself up the middle and slides down after gaining around 2 yards. He's going to set up 3rd down. The defenders had the end zone pretty well covered. So 3rd and 6. Empty backfield for McCarron. From the 8-yard line, snap back to him. Scrambles out to his right. Looking towards the end zone. Fires one in. It is caught, but there is a flag. We'll see if this is a touchdown. It's not a touchdown. The flag is against the Battlehawks. So you can push them 10 yards further back. He hooked. Right tackle hooked the defensive end. It was well played by AJ McCarron. Good throw and good catch in the end zone. But it won't count. Battlehawks find themselves at 3rd and 16 now. Empty backfield for McCarron from the shotgun. Snap back to him. Fires into the end zone. Lofted pass. Goes over the head of Prohl, who was looking around. Thought he was held in the end zone. There are no flags, though. McCarron asking the question now. He's not happy. Of course, the coaches can use a challenge on any play. Doesn't look like they're going to. It's going to be Donald Hageman, the kicker, looking to see if he can get the Battlehawks on the board. 36 yards straight down the middle. And the kick is also straight down the middle. And that gives the Battlehawks a 3-0 lead. A tightly fought contest so far. There is a flag. Did you just say he headbutted him?
Yeah. 99 headbutted him. See the replay.
So after the kick, defensive lineman number 99 for the defenders apparently headbutted one of the Battlehawks players. So it's a 15-yard penalty. Which I'm not really sure how that actually helps where you're kicking the ball from. So I don't know how they actually enforce that on the kick, because I don't know how that actually helps, because obviously in the NFL, 15 yards gives you even more of an opportunity to perhaps place a kick close to the end zone and have your players 15 yards further downfield to be able to stop the returner within the 20-yard line. But off this, in the XFL, I don't know how it actually helps you. So Battlehawks obviously score first. Let's see if the DC defenders, who have looked the better team on offense actually in this game so far, see if they can answer back on their next drive. Now, Clint said, wish Chicago had a team. I have my enforced shirt as a kid from the old XFL. Yeah, I think they're obviously just testing things out. Obviously, a couple of the teams obviously changed for this year's XFL. So I think it was LA Wildcats were replaced by the San Antonio Brahmas, weren't they? So it'd be interesting to see, obviously, if they're wanting to keep this going, hopefully they can keep this going for future seasons. Are these going to be the 8 set teams now moving forward? Or will one of the teams or more of the teams relocate as they try different things out? I mean, I don't exactly know how it's going to work with players as well. I mean, how tied in are these players apart from the fact that they've obviously played this season?
Yes, if some NFL team offers Butler a deal now, he's going to go, isn't he?
So the only way Chicago get a team is if they push back start day because of the cold. Yeah, that's true. You know, they're not going to... when you see the games that are being played here, you haven't got those sort of conditions in the games that we've seen so far. Obviously, we've had the bad weather with the Vipers game on that field. The kick is up. Bounces at the 10-yard line. It is returnable from the 10.
Yeah,
and it's eventually brought down at the 26. There's a flag. It is a bit feisty again. Illegal formation from the kicking team, apparently. I don't know how that's possible with how they're lined up. They say leaving early. The kicking team started running too early, apparently.
Oh yeah, look, he's halfway there. Look.
No, that's not off this. That's the field goal. So first down, fired out and complete for 6 yards.
Oof, 6-0.
So 2nd and 4. It's a handoff up the middle. Finds a gap, breaks the tackle. He's down at the 40, at the 30, down the left sideline, at the 20. He's going all the way, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. A fantastic touchdown run for the DC defenders out of nowhere. And they take the lead. Abram Smith with a huge 60-plus touchdown run. Breaks through one tackle and then hits the left sideline and completely outruns the Battlehawks defense. And just like that, the DC defenders take the lead. They're going to go for 2 points. Trips right formation from the shotgun. Snap back to Teamu. Fires it towards the end zone. It is caught. And that is a 2-point conversion. And as quick as you like, the defenders now have a 5-point lead. So as soon as Abram had broken through the line, just turned on the Jets down the left sideline and completely outran the Battlehawks defense. Now the defenders leading this one 8-3. Clint said Detroit, Minnesota, Indy could put some distance at same distance. Okay, yeah. So it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see what they decide to do. I mean, obviously, we need to get through this entire season first of all, and then see what they decide to do from there. So the kick is up, returnable from the 5-yard line for the Battlehawks. Makes a couple of moves, and eventually brought down at the 26-yard line.
Whoa.
Slammed down.
Twice. Can need him in the face as he went past.
So Battlehawks offense are out there. Starting from their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Snap back to McCarron. A handoff up the middle to Hill. Gains around 3 yards on the ground. Good idea, that.
What the All-Star game.
So 2nd and 6 from their own 30. It's a handoff again to Hill, looking for a gap. He's going absolutely nowhere, though. Stuffed at the line. It's going to be a 3rd and long now for the Battlehawks. And that quick-fire touchdown from the defender seems to have shocked this crowd a little bit. So shotgun formation. 3rd and 6. There is a whistle and a flag. Delay of game against the Battlehawks. Puts them into a tougher spot now as well. It's now 3rd and 11. Back in the shotgun. Snap back to McCarron. Looking to pass. He's got time to throw. Steps out to his right now. Still got time to throw. Looks down the right sideline. Butler coming back to him. Can't get hold of the ball. It falls incomplete. It's going to have to be a punt for the Battlehawks. Worked hard, McCarron, to open himself some space. And Hakeem Butler should have done better. Hit him in the hands. The punt is up. Returnable from the 35-yard line. Not the best punt ever. And brought down after around a 9-yard gain. So the momentum seems to be with the DC defenders at the moment. So Clint said, I'm thinking because of the Rock involvement, it'll be more successful than USFL. We'll have seen some sort of all-star game between them. I said that I think that'd be a fantastic idea. I just can't get my head around how the XFL is going to work moving forward after this season because of, obviously, the players that I assume are tied in for this one season, but then I've got the option of being picked up by NFL teams during the preseason. So then what will happen next season? Do we have to go through a brand new draft again next season? Or if there's certain players that don't get picked up by teams, they automatically back on the previous teams? Not sure exactly how it all works, but I think an all-star game between whoever wins the XFL versus whoever wins the USFL, I think that sounds like a fantastic idea if they could pull that one off. I say if we could just get through this XFL season, then hopefully things will become clear as what the plans are for next year. This would be great for the game of Spring League football. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, once the NFL season ends, it seems like the off-season for the NFL is so long compared to how long the season actually is itself. So all the way from February, looking to the preseason games being in August, is such a long period of time. So it's nice to have the XFL, of course, fill this gap, leading up to the draft as well. Then, of course, you've got the USFL at the same time. Shortens the amount of time that we haven't got football for, which is good. And hopefully it's going to be a success anyway of bringing some of these players and giving these players an opportunity to play in the NFL as well, or second or perhaps a third opportunity after quite a few of these players, of course, were drafted or have been on NFL rosters before. It gives them another opportunity to show what they can do. Yeah, absolutely. So plus those all-star games would put players that would get a potential training camp invite, extra exposure. Exactly right. Like people, teams would watch those games. I mean, there's definitely been standout players so far from what we've seen after the first 4 and a bit weeks. And that's what this should be about, is giving these players another opportunity to show what they can do. So I hate the winter months because there's a lack of football. Arena football league's coming back, but that's not for another year. So I haven't watched much arena football. I can remember seeing something about, I'm sure T.O. used to play in the arena football once he'd finished in the NFL, if I remember rightly. But defenders on first down. It's Derek King now is in at quarterback. It's a handoff up the middle, though. Gains a few yards.
What's Derek all about? It's weird. Like, what is the apostrophe?
It's not a contraction, is it? So
No. Split diagram. Yeah.
So 2nd and 5. Under pressure, scrambles out to his right. King throws the ball away out of bounds. Heavy pressure sent from the Battlehawks there. He picked up a good block from the running back, who upended one of the Battlehawks rushers, gave Derek King time to get out to the right side, but still had to throw the ball away. Sets up a 3rd and 5 now. Snap back to King. Keeps it himself, tries to set off running, is going absolutely nowhere. Well snuffed out by the Battlehawks. It's a loss of a yard. And it's going to be 4th down and likely a punt. As Turpin was good in the NFL, PJ Walker doing pretty good. The way AJ runs St. Louis offense, he might get a chance. You never know. You never know. I mean, he said a couple of weeks ago he did this so that his sons and his children could watch him play. It's returnable. The punt's returnable from the 8-yard line. From Pro is going laterally rather than upfield, and there is a flag as well, which is usually a flag on the returning team as well. So we'll see what the referees call. So it's a legal formation actually on the kicking team, on the punting team. So they are going to have to punt again on 4th and 11 now. So you go 4th and 11 from their own 42-yard line. They are going to attempt another punt. And the punt is up. And it bounces at the 5-yard line. Pro runs away from it, and it's downed at the 7. An excellent punt from Whelan. One of the best punters in the XFL, that's for sure, in terms of his leg and the hang time that he gets with his kicks. There is another flag. And there's holding against the Battlehawks return team. It'll be half the distance to the goal, so they're going to be having the ball around their own 3-yard line now to start this next drive. You can tell DC's worried. Usually they don't involve King till a little bit later in the game. Yeah, they seem to have something going with Tiamu at the start of the game. But the Battlehawks seem to have snuffed that out, obviously, apart from that long run. So we've got 1st and 10 for the Battlehawks. They're on their own 4-yard line. So handoff up them. No, it's a fake. Lofted pass out to the sideline. Caught for the 1st down by Shepherd. A 12-yard completion. Excellent throw from AJ McCarron and good catch. Got a wheeling, dealing, ball punching machine. Woorik Flair. He's good. He's good. He could get an opportunity on an NFL roster if he keeps punting the way that he's doing. It's 1st and 10. Snap back to McCarron. Steps forward. He's under pressure. And he's going to end up going down on the sack. And a loss of 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 12. Just around 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Defenders still lead in the game 8-3. So it's 2nd and 12 for the Battlehawks from their own 14-yard line. Quick fire pass out to Shepherd. Stiff arm and makes a move inside. Does well, gains around 7 yards. Makes it 3rd and manageable now. Clock under 3 minutes. So here we go, 3rd and 4. Snap back to McCarron. Steps forward. The whistle has been blown. There's a flag. It's blown the play dead. False start against the Battlehawks. So it's 3rd and 9. Snap back to McCarron, 3rd and 9. Under pressure. Oh, the ball's out on the interception. And the Bears have the ball. Defenders have the ball even. McCarron managed to sneak out of a tackle on the sack. Then got the ball punched out from his arm. It landed in a defender's hands. And eventually taken down. But it's a turnover. And the defenders have an excellent opportunity to add more points onto their lead. So breaks out of 1 sack and a 2nd sack. Then gets the ball knocked out of his hands, which floats into a defender's hands. It ends up being a fumble/interception. And the defenders have the ball on the 14-yard line. It's a handoff on 1st down. Gains 4 yards. That takes us down to the 2-minute warning. So how quickly things have changed in this game. McCarron doesn't look good on the sideline. Sat on the bench. Looked like he's hurt in some way. And just like that, the defenders have an opportunity to score more points and stretch their lead before half-time. So Clint said, who would be in first if St. Louis wins today? This is a second match and would make it 1-1. Would it go on strength of schedule and divisional? Obviously, they'd be the same.
Goal difference.
Maybe just go down on the point difference between who. Obviously, the first game finished 34-28. So does it go on the point differential between the two? So if the Battlehawks won today's game by more than 6, would they leapfrog them perhaps? Not entirely sure on that one because obviously the only losses they've had is obviously against each other. Would it go on strength of schedule against the teams that they've played and their records. I'm not sure. It's probably, yeah, I reckon point, yeah, I agree. I think point difference, I don't know whether that be point difference in all of the games so far. It's just a point difference in between the games between these two. Yeah, the schedule's the same. Yeah. I think if it was me, I think I'd go for the fact that like who has got the bigger point differential in the 2 wins. So obviously the defenders are up by 6 points after winning 6 in the first game. So over 35,000 again attendance for the Battlehawks as well. Yes, we're so early in the season. It seems early in the season, but we're actually, after today's game, they're actually halfway through the season with there only being 10 games. So 2nd and 6, looking end zone. There's a flag very early on. There's offside against the defense as well. It's going to put defenders 5 yards further forward. So 2nd and 1 from the 5-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle. Barrels his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the DC defenders who are taking control of this game and really quieting down this crowd now. 14-3. They do like to go for 2 extra points, the defenders. If they can do that, they'll have a 13-point advantage with under 2 minutes left in the first half. Great blocking up front and a huge gap for him to run through. They are going to go for 2 points. This is Tiamu back in there this time. It's a handoff up the middle. Is he going to get that? I think he's short by a yard or half a yard. He doesn't get there. But the DC defenders lead 14-3. The Battlehawks, you feel, need to get some points on this next drive before half-time to feel better going into half-time. Obviously, the Battlehawks have had some really good comebacks earlier in this season that have been against obviously lesser competition, you would say. It could be much more difficult to come back against this DC defenders team. A couple of weeks ago when they played each other, the score changed a lot before the DC defenders pulled away. And a late flurry from the Battlehawks wasn't quite enough in that game. Just ready for the kickoff. And the kick is up. Returnable from the 5-yard line. There's a big gap. Just got one player to be. And he's caught from behind, but he has taken the ball into DC defenders' territory inside the 40-yard line. An excellent return. That's not the first really good return from Shepherd this season. And you feel that sooner or later he's going to break one all the way. Again, the kicker did enough to slow him down, trying to make a move, and then he was caught from behind. But ball's at the 45-yard line of the defenders. It's a handoff up the middle to Hill, who keeps his legs going. Really good running. Gains 9 yards, but there is a flag. It's holding against the offense again. Really hurt themselves, the Battlehawks, in this game. That sets up 1st and 20. Just over a minute and a half left. It's an empty backfield for McCarron. The ball's now on their own 45-yard line. Snap back to McCarron. Under pressure and goes down hard on the sack. It's a loss of 2 yards. I don't know where Lewis came from the DC defenders then. He just came to come straight through the line. Completely unblocked. A missed assignment. It came off the edge. Had a free shot on McCannon's blind side. The 2nd and 26 now for McCarron and the Battlehawks. Snap back to McCarron. Fires it in short. It's complete to Butler. Made some moves. Still going, Butler. Keeps his legs going. Big body. Getting pushed. Why have they called that?
You're worried about fights, I reckon.
Butler was still keeping his legs going and getting pushed from behind, and the referees have blown it dead. Really good run from Butler after the catch. It was only a 3 or 4 yards pass through the air. Kept his legs going. The Battlehawks take a timeout here. There's 43 seconds left. I'm not sure why the referees called that, blew that dead. So it sets up a 3rd and 5 now. Battlehawks have 1 timeout remaining. 45 seconds. Of course, the XFL rules, if they do get a 1st down, the clock does stop until the ball has been spotted and the referee's blown the whistle. The ball's at the 40-yard line of the DC defenders. Trips right formation. Oh, it could be a false start, this, against the Battlehawks. It is. Just after a good play on offense, they have really hurt themselves with penalties in this game. Is that moustache real?
I don't know the beak is.
It's a 3rd and 10 now for the Battlehawks. Trips right formation from the shotgun. Snap back to McCarron. Steps forward, throws it in short. It's dropped by Hill. He had a bit of space. A few words being exchanged between Hill and a DC defender. It's going to be 4th and 10 now, and the Battlehawks have to punt. Still 41 seconds left in this first half. The punt is up. Not the best punt, but takes a good bounce from a Battlehawks perspective. And he's down at the 18-yard line. 29 seconds left. The DC defenders have all 3 timeouts. So how adventurous are the DC defenders going to be on offense? Tamu is back out there, the quarterback. Spread formation. It's a handoff up the middle. Gains around 4 yards. Let's see if they are going to stop the clock. They are not. You imagine the DC defenders are going to run the clock out now. Happy with their 14-3 advantage. The Battlehawks do receive the ball to start the second half. And that is the end of the first half. The defenders lead in this one 14-3. An excellent 60-plus yard run for the first touchdown, matched by a short run on the second touchdown for the defenders. Just a field goal to show for the game for the Battlehawks, who did have the lead in this one, 3-0. But the Battlehawks have struggled for consistency on offense, and the defenders' defense have really stood out. The Battlehawks will get the ball to start the second half, hoping to see if they can get some points and get some momentum going in this game. So my brother was showing love for UST Nation. Thank you for everyone that has joined over from there. Thank you very much for joining. We're just about to go into half-time with this score 14-3 to the defenders in this game. Been a really good matchup so far. You imagine it's going to get feistier in the second half as well. The Battlehawks be looking to put a plan together to hopefully come back and score some points and get this game close to start the second half. It's going to take a short break for 5-10 minutes, and we'll see you shortly. So we're back for the third quarter of the Battlehawks versus the DC Defenders, and an excellent kick return again by Shepherd. Ever so close to the first kick return touchdown of the XFL. But the Battlehawks in prime position now to cut the lead of the DC Defenders. Excellent return from Shepherd. And the ball's all the way down to the 16-yard line of the Defenders. Shotgun formation for AJ McCarron. Snap back to him. It's a handoff up the middle to Hill. Can't get past the line of scrimmage. They'll set up 2nd and 10. So the scoreline in a minute, the DC Defenders lead 14-3 just into the second half. Shotgun formation again for AJ McCarron. Snap back to him. He's looking to pass. Fires it over the middle.
Oh my God.
It hits the hands of Butler and almost ends up into a DC defender's arms. It, fortunately for the Battlehawks, hits the ground. It's the second time Butler has dropped a very catchable ball. It's 3rd and 10 now. And we'll be disappointed if the Battlehawks can't get into the end zone. Trips right formation. Snap back to McCarron. It's a poor pass over the middle. Falls incomplete. It's going to have to be a field goal attempt. So after a run of no gain and 2 incomplete passes, the Battlehawks have to settle for a field goal attempt. So Donald Hageman's out for 34-yard field goal attempts from the left hash. And the kick is up and straight through the middle. Now makes it a 1-score game. But the Battlehawks would be hoping for much more after that excellent kick return again from Shepherd. He is going to break one of these, that's for sure. Has some really good kick returns already this XFL season. That one is biggest yet. He's sure to break one for a return for a touchdown at some point. Maybe in this game, who knows? So we've got Eric back for a few minutes, maybe. I can keep his eyes open, maybe. Great return from the Battlehawks. So hopefully that will give them some momentum. So thank you very much for joining us, Trip. The score now 14-6. Was disappointed after the return. And thank you again. Thank you for joining us, Caleb, as well. Let us know who you're sporting in this one. So the kick is up. Returnable from the 8-yard line. Looking for blocking. Doesn't get much of it. He's taken down at his own 26-yard line. That's where the defenders will start with the ball. So let us know your thoughts. Heading second half on today's game so far. Your score predictions, let us know. It's 14-6 at the moment. It's a handoff up the middle. a couple of yards on that first down run. The kickoff return, Tom. I think I'm ahead again. Yeah, I was slightly behind. The game went to a bit quicker than I was ready for. I'm not used to these quick half times with the XFL. You step off for 2 seconds and bang, all of a sudden they're kicking off again. It's 2nd and 7 for the defenders from their own 30-yard line. Tamu is still in at quarterback. It's a handoff up the middle, a huge gap at the 40, and he could be gone all the way to the 40, the 30, at the 20, at the 10, and all the way for another huge touchdown run. The second huge touchdown run of the game for Abram Smith. And that is a DC Defenders touchdown. Again, a huge run. Already had a 60-plus touchdown run. He now has a 70-yard touchdown run in this game. And the Battlehawks have got a lot of work to do now to get back into this one. A huge gap created by the offensive line. Had the safety to beat, made one move, and then it was to the races from that point. No stopping Smith. And the defenders lead 26 now in this game, going for 2 points with a chance to extend their lead even further. Snap back to King, that's now in quarterback. And he's picked off by the Battlehawks. Falls to the ground. But the defenders now lead 26 over the Battlehawks. The Battlehawks are going to need to pull off one of their comebacks in this one. Yeah, Andy spot on there. When I saw the kickoff, I saw him running down the sideline like, no! Tackle him. I mean, I'm a Battlehawks fan, but I was like, tackle him. Don't let him score the first kickoff return. And I haven't got it on the actual screen. Oh, dear. Yeah, Eric, you're ahead. That's it. Irish broadband rules. Quicker than ours, anyway.
You've got 500 meg.
Come off this though, and run the risk of it going further behind.
Yeah.
It's best in NFL when we're somehow behind. We pay for a NFL Game Pass subscription, and we still end up behind. Let's know, Eric, what your thoughts on the Patriots' free agency so far? Are you happy with the Smith-Schuster pickup? Obviously, they've let Jacoby Myers go in that place. They've also cut Jalen Mills as well. An interesting pickup. I think I like the Mike Gesicki pickup, and hoping that they pick up another wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy would be very nice. And they've got all the weapons they need on offense then. Picked up another running back in James Robinson as well, former Jags and Jets running back as well.
How about Aaron Rodgers might be going?
So, interesting. I think I wouldn't mind the Patriots trading that first round pick for Jerry Jeudy. Illegal, Eric. I don't know what you're talking about. But I wouldn't mind the Patriots trading that first round pick for Jerry Jeudy. I'd rather have a proven wide receiver than taking a shot at an unproven college wide receiver. It hasn't worked out so far. Although we've only got one season of Tyquan Thornton to go off. And the ball bounces into the end zone.
Was that 35 then?
Is the orange? Is the orange not clear? It's orange.
Have a look at the Mexican flag.
But in the Mexican flag, red, isn't it? Green, white, and red.
Well, maybe.
And it's got something in the middle of the Mexican flag as well, hasn't it?
A little dark here.
It's handoff on first down. Good 6-yard run from Hill. So, due to a big contract, I'd like to keep Myers. Gesicki's a good sign that will fit the system, I think. I like Gesicki. I'm surprised he only signed him for 1 year, though. I'd like to have seen him sign him for at least 2. Him and Hunter Henry could be real mismatches in 2 tight end formations. Snap back to McCarron on 2nd and 4. Thrown out to Hill out of the backfield. Dives forward. It looks like he's about half a yard short. I think Smith-Schuster is an upgrade on Jacoby Myers, though. I liked Myers, but he wasn't, obviously, he wasn't Julian Edelman or Danny Amendola.
He's injured.
I like Smith-Schuster in that spot, but I still think the Patriots need a true number 1 wide receiver. That's why I like Jerry Jeudy. I can't see DeAndre Hopkins coming to the Patriots. Hand off to Hill on first down. He's broken out. He's got a first down and much more. Good run again from Brian Hill.
Did well to stop him there.
Should be a first down for the Battlehawks. Into defenders' territory. They're at the 38-yard line. Snap back to McCarron. He's looking to pass. Fires it in short to Butler, who's taken down after gaining 3 yards off the catch. Needs to go back to flag school. So 2nd and 7 for the Battlehawks from the 35-yard line. It's a handoff on first down. Gains 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Battlehawks really need a touchdown on this drive. You've got to keep this game close. It has brought this game to life a bit, though. Now the Battlehawks has much more urgency. They know they've got to score points and score them quickly. To 3rd and 2 from the defenders' 30-yard line. Snap back to McCarron, looking to pass over the middle to Shepherd. It's a caught and it's a first down to the 20-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Battlehawks, right at the red zone now. His handoff. Bounces, tries to bounce out, stays on his feet just about, gains a yard. Sets up second down. As DC defenders player down. Sort of holding his chest. I don't know if it's his arm that he's hurt. Absolutely spot on, Eric. The Battlehawks certainly need a touchdown on this drive. Got to keep this game close going into the fourth quarter. I mean, I called a 26-24 game at the start of this to the Battlehawks. Seems a long way off that at the minute.
Has he always got a red nose, that boy?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a spot. Is it a spot? Is it a spot? Is it a spot on Greg Williams' his nose? Is that a spot?
That's the kind of
is he painted? Is he painted the end of his nose? I'm not sure. Just stand out though. He's covered it now.
Yes.
Don't want to see. Yeah, we've talked about it now. I don't want to see. Oh, there it is.
Looks like Jim Royal.
Yeah.
DC defenders, my arse.
Yeah. 2nd and 9 from the 19-yard line. It's a pass to Hakeem Butler. Great block out in front from Shepherd. It's a first down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Battlehawks. Great block off of the screen from Shepherd. It's 1st and goal for the Battlehawks. Can they punch it in? They are on the 8-yard line. Snap back to McCarron. It's going to be a pass towards the end zone to Hakeem Butler, but he throws over his head. Wasn't happy, obviously, with what he saw in the one-on-one. Butler gave him the thumbs up as well. Obviously, agreed with the decision there. Game clock, just under 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Battlehawks looking to make this a one-score game. So 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Trips right formation. Snap back to McCarron, looking to pass. Fires it short to Hakeem Butler. It's caught, but only gains 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. I'm on screen inside the screen. Am I on the screen inside the screen?
No.
It's 3rd and goal. Empty backfield for AJ McCarron. Snap back to McCarron. Looking end zone. Oh, what a catch! Yes. What a catch for the touchdown. Reaching back one-handed and pulls it in. What a fantastic catch. And that is a Battlehawks touchdown, and they are right back in this game. Exactly what they needed. George Campbell, reaching back behind him, pulled it in with the one hand. Fired it in. Tipped it one-handed to himself with his left hand. Managed to keep both feet in bounds. And now the Battlehawks have an opportunity to cut the lead even further. They're going to go for a 2-point extra points conversion. It's an empty backfield again for McCarron. Snap back to him. Steps forward. Takes off himself and tries to dive from the 3-yard line and gets absolutely leathered. Doesn't convert the 2-point conversion, but the Battlehawks have put the lead to 8 points now. So now 1-score game. They just need to stop the Abram Smith run. Now he's got a 62-yard touchdown run and a 70-yard touchdown run in this game. If the Battlehawks can cut and stop the run, hopefully have a way back into this game further. I don't think I'm on the screen inside the screen. That'd be weird. As Andy said, I think maybe the Guinness is catching up with you, Eric. So if you just joined us, you're watching the live play-by-play reaction stream of the St. Louis Battlehawks and the DC Defenders. We've got a fantastic game in this one. A real hard-fought matchup between two North Division rivals. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our NFL or XFL content. We released a video last week focusing on the XFL and what we believe is the good, the bad, and the ugly so far from this season. In this week's video, we have focused on the NFL. In a video we're releasing tomorrow, we give our thoughts on the 4 biggest winning teams and the 4 biggest losing teams of the NFL free agency after 1 week of the free agency period, where we've had a lot of trades, a lot of free agency pickups and money spent. We give our opinions on which 4 teams we believe have come out of the first week on top and which 4 teams have left a lot to be desired. So make sure you check out that video. It's coming out tomorrow. To make sure you don't miss that video, make sure you are subscribed to our channel and hit that notification bell. And you'll be notified as soon as that video does become available. So I've switched it around today with us doing the live stream on Saturday. So we're releasing the video on Sunday. Obviously, previously we've done it the other way around. Next week, we should be back to our normal schedule. I do believe the game will be live streaming next week. Will be the San Antonio Brahmas at the Arlington Renegades. So make sure you join us for that live stream next week on Sunday. I believe that is a 3 o'clock kickoff Eastern time, which is 8 o'clock kickoff our time in England.
Would you say Rotherham or Doncaster?
Doncaster, I think. Well, I reckon. Hey, Eric, if you can't celebrate when your team's winning, when can you celebrate? Things change ever so quickly in sport, so enjoy the moments when they happen, that's for sure. So the kick is up, returnable from the 5-yard line for the defenders. Makes a move inside, eventually brought down around the 35-yard line. And there is a flag as well that could go against the Battlehawks. Definitely much quieter, the crowd, than last week's game. So look what this flag is. Oh, so it's actually the DC Defenders' personal foul. So that'll put them 15 yards further back off the return. And it's interesting in the XFL that players are allowed to have the number 0. Obviously, Josh Gordon for the Seattle Sea Dragons has the number 0. Would you like to see that in the NFL, perhaps? Makes no difference, really, does it? So 1st and 10 for the defenders. They're on their own 20-yard line. Say handoff up the middle. Gains about 2 yards on the ground. Hey, on paper, our broadband is top dollar. On paper.
Yeah.
I'll have to hook the Ethernet from downstairs, run a huge cable.
Yeah.
Up here. Snap back to Teamo on 2nd and 8. It's a screen that gains 3 yards. Oh, the ball looks like it might have come out, actually. The Battlehawks are saying they've got the ball. We could have our first booth review. We haven't seen Dean Blandino so far.
You know. No, dear. No.
We're saying, is he down by contact?
I think so. Judging by the crowd.
Let's have a look. Let's have another look. Oh, is he down though? Like he's being held up, isn't he?
Yeah. Look. Come on, oh, kick off. Start a riot.
It's 3rd and 5 for the defenders. The snap is off, so they're not going to be able to challenge. He's under pressure, Tiamu. Scrambles out to his left. Makes time for himself, throws downfield. It's incomplete. And the Battlehawks make a stop, and all of a sudden, the momentum has swung. Now back in the Battlehawks' direction. It's 4th and 5. 4th and 5. And the defenders are punting for their own 25-yard line. The punt is up. It's returnable from the 32-yard line off one bounce. Prole only gains 3 yards. Prole wants a flag for a face mask. He doesn't look like he's going to get it.
What a weird thing to do.
Are you heading over, Eric, are you heading over to Germany for the Patriots game next year, by the way?
It's coming with us.
Is it? It's coming with us. Hey, we best have won the lottery tonight then. If we won the lottery tonight, then we can all go. We'll take Eric along with us. So it's 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Hill, gains 7 yards on the ground. Good first down run.
That's the only reason he's holding that thing up, because we can hear what he's saying.
I think that's just automatic because he obviously used to be in the NFL, didn't he? So he's got that automatic thing of covering. So 2nd and 4 for the Battlehawks. They're on their own 41-yard line. If you're paying.
Yeah.
Hand off again to Hill. And another good strong run. It's a first down. Be great to see the Battlehawks go down, score a touchdown and 2-point conversion and tie this game up. Sets up a fantastic 4th quarter then. Yeah, Eric, if we've pulled off the lottery win, we'll be in touch. So 1st and 10 now again for the Battlehawks. They're right up at the 48-yard line. It's play action pass under pressure. McCarron goes down.
Spotted that.
Tried to run a play action, but the DC defenders were not fooled one bit.
And not blocked one bit.
Sets up a 2nd and 18. Snap back to McCarron. Fired into Hakeem Butler on the screen. Managed to gain about 7 yards back. Still going to set up a 3rd and long. So can the Battlehawks keep this drive going? They're on their own 48-yard line. It's 3rd and 10. Trips right formation out of the shotgun for AJ McCarron. Snap back to McCarron, looking to pass. Fires over the middle. Hits the hands of Prohl right at the sticks, but bounces out. AJ McCarron was trying to keep it away from the defenders, but just threw it a bit too far out of reach of Prohl. It hits his fingertips. And the Battlehawks have to punt. And the punt is up. And it bounces out of... Oh, no, it doesn't bounce out of bounds. It bounces backwards to about the 20-yard line. And that's where the defenders will start the next drive. So you say 4 numbers out of 7 in the Euro Millions draw a few weeks back. I won €20, yeah. It is bad, like the difference between getting 4 numbers and then getting 5 numbers and then obviously getting all the numbers. The gap is way too big, in my opinion. I'd rather more people win smaller amounts and more people win. Unless, of course, our numbers have come out and 6 numbers have come out for us tonight, then. Yeah. First down, it's a handoff up the middle. Gains 3 yards. Yeah, as Andy said, we'll work closely with the NFL and obviously put to them why we deserve press passes to the Patriots-Germany game. I'm sure those negotiations will go down well. 2nd and 7. Spread formation for the defenders.
We know for you, Shaker.
We do. And it's a pass complete for 10 yards and a 1st down. There's a flag as well. This hold against the Battlehawks, which has been declined. Oof, Teamu took a big shot to the chin. I don't know how that hasn't been called for roughing the passer. The top of the helmet went right into Teamu's chin. The game clock's still running. That's probably going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. With the DC defenders up 20-12. But the Battlehawks got away with one there. And actually, in fact, the coaches can challenge any play now. So now we've gone to the 4th quarter. Surely the DC defenders coach could have a look at that and want to challenge that play. Because that should be another 15 yards, really, for the defenders. You see the difference now?
Yeah.
Have you, Eric? Have you been to any of the Wembley or the London games over here?
I'm sure
I know.
I've done that before.
Have we? Can't remember the answer. Because like we're planning obviously to try and go to one ideally. Hopefully the Bills game. Obviously won't be the Patriots, of course. So a really good fourth quarter we've got lined up in this game now. Defenders up by 8 points, so just a one-score game. The defenders with the ball in Battlehawks territory now as well. Looking to see if they can extend their lead, make this a two-score game. Battlehawks looking to pull off another fourth quarter comeback, which they're able to achieve in the first couple of weeks of the XFL. Had a bit more of a straightforward win last time out against the Renegades. After this game, make sure you check out our videos on the XFL on our channel. Created several videos for the XFL. Started off with everything you need to know about the XFL in under 5 minutes, with the rules, the teams, everything you need to know. Had a look at a review of the XFL. Compared the NFL with the XFL as well, as to which aspects we believed were better and which aspects perhaps the NFL could consider in future seasons. And then last week's video, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the XFL season so far. Our new video coming out tomorrow is taking a look away from the XFL. We're going with the NFL, where we have a look at the opening week of free agency, so make sure you check that video out. We give our opinions on the 4 biggest winners and 4 biggest losers of the first week of the free agency period. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell. 2nd and 3 for the DC defenders here. It's complete on the sideline. Still going and tackled down at the 17-yard line. And the DC defenders are in prime position to increase their lead now. Nice play from Teamu, moving a play with his body. It's 1st and 10. Could be offsides, could be a free play, this one. Looking end zone. It tips off a DC defender's wide receiver's hands, but there is a flag. I think this is offside against the Battlehawks. It is. Oh. Jealous now. Well, if we won the lottery, we'll get season tickets. We'll get season tickets for Patriots.
Was that Brady or Mac?
I'll have to ask him.
It might be Cam
Eric
Newton.
was
Cam Newton.
The Patterson Jets at Gillette. Who was at quarterback? So 1st and 5. Snap back to Teamu. Scrambles out to his right. It's under pressure now. Lofts it towards the end zone. Oh, and should have been, and probably... it really should have been caught on the interception. It hits the hands of the Battlehawks defender, but unable to bring it in on the bobble.
Terrible throw.
Risky throw from Teamu. So it's 2nd and 5, and Teamu comes out of the game. Derek King in at quarterback. 2nd and 5 from the 12-yard line. I think the DC defenders have to call a timeout because the play clock's at 0. They do. Yeah, Eric, very jealous of the fact you've been able to go over to America and watch a game. You know, something that I would really love to do. I mean, obviously the atmosphere and things is nothing compared to, obviously, like the atmosphere when you go to a Wembley game over here and London is obviously electric and sold out stadiums, but
Brady as well.
Cannot compare to obviously the fact of going over to America and watching it. That's definitely on the bucket list for me. That's for sure.
Seeing Brady as well.
Yeah, and again, obviously, I've been able to see Brady over here twice at Wembley against the Buccaneers, against the Rams as well, which he absolutely demolished both. But actually, watching him in America. It's 2nd and 5 for the defenders. It's a handoff on the sweep. Oh, great tackle. Fantastic tackle coming up from the secondary. Stops it for just a 1-yard run. That looked like it could go in for the touchdown. Great tackle. Coming across the field. Brilliant tackle. So it's 3rd and 3 now. Derek King stays in at quarterback. Snap back to him. Takes off running. He's got a first down. He's got more than a first down. He's got a touchdown on the QB keeper. And that's a touchdown for the DC defenders, who now lead in this game 26-12. And all the noise that the St. Louis Battlehawks fans were creating has now gone silent. And that's the mismatches that these two quarterbacks for the defenders create. You've got to take into account their running ability. The defenders are going to go for 2 extra points again. It is Teamu, I believe, is it? It is, backing at quarterback. He starts running, scrambling for himself towards the end zone. He's in for the 2-point conversion. And that makes it 28-12. And a long, long way for the Battlehawks to come back in this one now. Defenders lead 28-12, a 16-point advantage.
It's only a 2-score game.
It is still only a 2-score game. But the defenders have absolutely destroyed the Battlehawks on the ground so far in this game. Whether it's been the running back, Abram Smith, who has a 62-yard and a 70-yard touchdown. And then there, Teamu and Derek King, the quarterbacks, using their legs to score touchdowns and 2-point conversions. Very difficult to stop. I'm going to call it a night. Enjoy the end of the game. Defenders are looking good for the win. Andy France always had something to do with it. Thank you very much for joining us, Eric. Hopefully you can join us again next week. It won't be the Battlehawks next week. They're playing on the Saturday night, I believe, against the Vipers. But hopefully you can join us for next week's game. Thank you very much for your support as always. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the Pats can make some moves. Some more moves this week. Hopefully bring in Jerry Jeudy or DeAndre Hopkins. So we'll see you next time. But thank you very much for your support for always. So in this game, the defenders obviously lead 28-12. And the Battlehawks now, under 12 minutes left in this game, have to score a touchdown really on this drive. And not only a touchdown, they need the extra point conversions now. Well, that game clock's wrong, isn't it? That's it. Give the Battlehawks more time. 15 minutes. The game clock on the TV is showing 15 minutes, but it definitely isn't 15 minutes left in this quarter. There you go. 12 minutes and 15 seconds. The defender's ready to kick it off. Where's this ball going to go? Oh, it goes straight into the end zone. A mistake from the defenders there. And the Battlehawks are going to start off with the ball in decent field position. So there's 12 minutes, just over 12 minutes left in this game. AJ McCarron changing the play at the line. They're on their own 35-yard line. Snap back to him. Fires it out. Didn't look like much of a gain on that first down.
Does the whole stadium here?
No. So 2nd and 10. Snap back to McCarron. It's a handoff up the middle to Hill. Keeps his legs going again. Good hard running from Brian Hill. Gains 6 or 7 yards on second down. Sets up a 3rd and 3. And you've got to believe the Battlehawks are in 4-down territory already now. They know they have to score a touchdown on this drive. It's a 3rd and 3. Snap back to McCarron. He's looking to pass. Fires it out of reach of Shepherd. It's going to be 4th and 3. And they do decide to punt. Interesting decision by the Battlehawks, because if the defenders score a touchdown on this drive, this game is over.
Have we had any fake punts yet?
Not really. I don't think so. But the punt is up. It's being fair caught at the 23-yard line of the defenders. So 1st and 10 for the defenders now. At the 23-yard line, the Battlehawks desperately need a stop and need to force a 3-and-out or a turnover. It's a handoff. It's not. Ball's batted up in the air. Fake handoff. Tiamu trying to fire a pass into the receiver, gets battered up in the air at the line. But fortunately for the defenders, hits the ground on the incomplete. It's a handoff on the sweep this time. Picks up a first down as well. Abram Smith, MVP of this game, surely. Gains 11 yards on the ground. I think off the tackle from the Battlehawks defender, I think the helmet-to-helmet contact, I think might have picked up a concussion here. Very woozy getting up. So 1st and 10 now for this DC Defenders team. Clock is under 10 minutes left in this game as well. It's a handoff up the middle. Again, a big gap created. Gains 5 yards on the first down run. Abram Smith again. Got to be approaching nearly 200 yards rushing in this game. Sets up a 2nd and 5. Trips right formation for Teamu. Here's a handoff up the middle again from Abram Smith. A good hard running 8-yard gain. Sets up another first down. The Battlehawks just don't have an answer for the ground game, whether it's Abram Smith at the running back position or Derek King or Teamu running with the ball. Abram Smith now has 191 yards rushing in this game and 2 touchdowns. Been a clear standout performer. We've got a heavy run formation again lined up here now on 1st and 10. It is a handoff to Smith. Patient running, finds blocking. And a good solid run on first down. And it's another first down for the DC Defenders. And Abram Smith has now gone over 200 yards in this game. On the ground off 18 rushes. He's on 204 yards off 18 rushes. It's another handoff to him. He bounced off his own player. And finally, the Battlehawks have brought him down for a loss. And it actually might bring him below that 200 yards rushing now. Because of that loss. It will do. He'll be at 199 yards rushing. It's going to be a 2nd and 15. Battlehawks have to force the turnover or need to get a stop. It is a handoff again, but a great tackle. Great one-arm tackle by the defensive lineman Atkins, who has hurt himself. Looks like another 3-yard loss. It's going to be a 3rd and 19. Just under 7 minutes left. The fact is the St. Louis Battlehawks defense have not forced the DC defenders into these 3rd and longs enough in this game. The DC defenders have been able to run the ball at will, and they've got the rewards with 2 long touchdown runs and another QB touchdown run as well in this game. But if the Battlehawks can get a stop on this next play, 3rd and 19, get the ball back, score a touchdown, there's still plenty of time left in this game. Just under 7 minutes. Still only a 2-score game at the moment. He's going to need one huge comeback from the Battlehawks to avoid slipping to 3-2. They'll be tied with the Seattle Sea Dragons at 3-2 in that North Division as well. The Defenders would be the lone undefeated team in the XFL at 5-0. And of course, the DC Defenders with that fantastic matchup next week against the Houston Roughnecks as well, which I was expecting was going to be the matchup of undefeateds, but the Sea Dragons obviously knocked off the Roughnecks on Thursday night. So we'll see how that goes. It's a Monday night game next week. 7 o'clock Eastern time kickoff. It should be a great game, and that will really test how good this DC Defenders team, of course, how good the Houston Roughnecks team is as well. For who are the top team, which is the top team in the XFL this season. So let us know your thoughts on the XFL so far this season. Which team do you see coming out on top once the season is done? Do you see it being the Battlehawks Defenders, the Roughnecks, the Sea Dragons, or do you think one of the other teams are going to hit form late and force their way into the playoffs? Let us know. So here we go, 3rd and 19. And Teamu takes off running himself. Gains 7 or 8 yards on the ground, but it's not going to be enough. He'll set up a 4th down and a punt. A very safe play call there from the DC Defenders. Sets for 4th and 10. Game clock. Just over 6 minutes left in this game. And the punt is up. It's been called for the fair catch around the 19-yard line, which it is. There is a flag. But it's holding against the Battlehawks return team. I thought it's from the kicking team, rather, not the receiving team, as the referees were communicating with themselves. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Battlehawks. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left. They've been in this position before and come back. Maybe not as down as 16 points, but they have come back in 4th quarters earlier in the season. This is a do-or-die drive, though. They have to score points off this drive. They have to score a touchdown off this drive. On 1st down, it's a fired-in pass to Akeem Butler for 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 from the 34-yard line. Fired into Hakeem Butler again. Pushes forward. Keeps his legs going. It's going to be 1st down. Makes no difference whether you step out of bounds or stay inbounds. So he decides to keep his legs going inbounds. Force his way forward for some more yardage. Good to see. First and 10 for the Battlehawks from their own 45-yard line. Snap back to McCarron, looking to pass. Fires it to Prohl. Gains about 5 yards on that 1st down play. Clock, of course, continues to run. Second and 5. Right at the 50-yard line. Snap back to McCarron, looking to pass again. Fires deep, downfield, looking for his receiver. He's got him. It's a touchdown for the Battlehawks. An excellent throw from AJ McCarron. And the Battlehawks score the touchdown and brings them right back into this game if they can convert the 2-point conversion. An excellent throw, pinpoint from AJ McCarron to his receiver for the 50-yard touchdown. And can they score the 2-point conversion to make this a 1-score game? Right into the basket of Mitchell. Can they convert the 2-point conversion? Well, we've got streamers from the Battlehawks fans in the back of the end zone, so we have to delay the 2-point conversion. Come on, Battlehawks. 2-point conversion.
Make it interesting.
Come on. It's an empty backfield for AJ McCarron from the 5-yard line. Snap back to him. Fires it in quick. It looks like it is caught. Again, it's Mitchell. And that does make it an 8-point game. We have a brilliant finish coming in this one. If the Battlehawks can get a stop on defense.
They'll do the
No need yet. I don't think the Battlehawks go for 4th and 15 at this point. There's still over 4 minutes left in the game. But a brilliant finish we've got lined up here. The defenders lead 28-20. A 1-score game. 4 minutes and 19 seconds left. The Battlehawks have all 3 timeouts. The defenders have 2 timeouts remaining. Loads of time left. And this game has come to life again after a fantastic matchup in the first game between these 2 weeks ago that finished 34-28 in favour of the defenders. And the kick is up. Bounces at the 15, returnable from the 10. Bounced off a tackle. Eventually stopped around the 30-yard line. And now, can this Battlehawks defense get the stop they need. They're boosted by that St. Louis fans making the noise, being the 12th man. It's a handoff up the middle. Gains about 3 yards on the ground. Sets up a 2nd and 7. Clock under 4 minutes left in this game now. Heavy formation. Looks like run formation for the defenders. Had a lot of joy running the ball so far in this game. Let the play clock run right down. There's a handoff to Abram Smith. Bounces off a tackle. But he's brought down. Only gains a yard or two. Sets up a 3rd down. Can the Battlehawks get a stop? It's going to be 3rd and 7. Game clock is going to be ticking just under 3 minutes. Head coach Anthony Beck getting the crowd up for it. It's come to life in the stadium. They know how big a play this is now. If they can force a stop on this play and get the ball back, they've got the opportunity to go down the field and at least tie the game. It's a pass in. It's complete, but he looks like he's a yard short. He is. And a huge decision for the defenders to make. They're in their own territory. It's going to be 4th and inches. I think the defenders have to punt it. They are going to punt it. The Battlehawks defense make the stop that they need. And they give the offense an opportunity to come back in this game. And the punt is up. Returnable. It's not returnable because fair caught at the 15-yard line. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
They score the touchdown. Do they go for 2 or 3?
We're in the 4th quarter. The defenders lead 28-20. The Battlehawks have the ball. All 3 timeouts. Plenty of time to come back in this one. I'm going to take a short break for a second. Just while we're at the 2-minute warning. We're back in just 1 minute. So under 2 minutes left in this game, and the Battlehawks with the ball have an opportunity to go down the field and at least tie this ball game up at 28-28, or potentially go for the 3-point conversion to lead the game 29-28. They have all 3 timeouts. And yet again, the XFL has delivered in entertaining games right down to the wire in the fourth quarter. Can the Battlehawks do it? It's 1st and 10 from their own 15.
Oh.
Fires it to Brian Hill out of the backfield, but Brian Hill was not looking. Had he been looking, I think that might have been a decent gain, actually, with just one player to beat and blocking out in front. Had the opportunity. Sets up a 2nd and 10 now, though.
Not your best to start.
So 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Snap back to McCarron, looking to pass. Fires over the middle to Butler, keeps his legs going.
Jesus.
Gains around 7 yards. It's going to set up a 3rd and 3. Battlehawks need to convert, really. Won't want to be... Well, they're going to have to go for it on 4th down if they don't get it anyway, but... Trips left formation out the shotgun for McCarron. It's 3rd and 2. Snap back to him. They're under pressure. He goes down on the sack. Goes down on the sack. Loses around 5 yards as well. Why didn't he throw it? It'd have been better throwing it at the feet of Prole there, at least. So it'd be 4th and 2. Now they've lost, was that 9 yards on the sack?
Yeah.
So the Battlehawks call the timeout. Sets up a 4th and 10. See what they draw up, but if they're unable to convert it, this is pretty much the game over. If they don't convert this, the defenders are already in field goal range. They're going for it on 4th and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Snap. They try catching the defenders. Snap back to McCarron. Scrambles out to his left. Great play by the Battlehawks. McCarron scrambles out to his left, finds the running back Hill out of the backfield on the left sideline, who scrambles for the 1st down and more for a 17-yard gain, and the Battlehawks' hopes of getting back into this game are still alive. 1st and 10 from the 30. Fired in short, again to Hill, makes a move, dives forward for the 1st down again. It's an 11-yard gain. Obviously, it's a 1st down, so the game clock does stop until the ball is spotted and the whistle's blown. Snap back to McCarron. Fires down the left sideline. It's intercepted. It's intercepted down the left sideline. And is that the game? Has AJ McCarron just thrown the game away for the Battlehawks? Completely underthrew the pass. And that could be the win for the defenders.
There's not a lot of red there, is there? There's lots of blue. He's doing a lap.
A risky pass from AJ McCarron. He had to get that absolutely spot on with his receiver, Mitchell, in between 2 DC defenders, players on the sideline. And didn't throw it deep enough. It's a handoff on first down.
But they're not even showing.
Gains 3 yards. Smith on first down. It'll be a timeout from Battlehawks. Such a shame in this game. Looked like we were going down right to the wire of the Battlehawks. An opportunity to at least tie this game and potentially win this game. But that AJ McCarron interception could end it. So 2nd and 7 now for the defenders from their own 40-yard line. It's another handoff to Smith, who gains the first down and ends the game off the first down. The defenders are going to progress now to 5-0 as the Battlehawks slip to 3-2. And the defenders next week host the Houston Roughnecks in a matchup of the 2 best teams in the XFL on Monday night next week in week 6. Will be a fascinating matchup. It's a shame it's not on the Sunday so we could stream it for you. With 43 seconds left in this game, and unless there's a bobble snap or a fumble, which the defenders did do in the first matchup between these two, they fumbled it on a QB sneak. I don't think they're going to be able to fumble it on a knee, though.
Let's see if there's a kickoff now.
The defenders now 1 knee away from winning and going to improving to 5-0. And there you go. That's the end of the game, and the DC defenders come into St. Louis and beat Battlehawks 28-20. They improved to 5-0 and the only undefeated team in the XFL. The Battlehawks slipped to 3-2, the same as their divisional rivals, the Seattle Sea Dragons, 3-2. The DC defenders have that huge matchup with the Houston Roughnecks next weekend as the Battlehawks play the Las Vegas Vipers on Saturday night. Looking to get back on track. The big plays have obviously come in this game off the running ability of Abram Smith. Had a 62-yard touchdown run and a 70-yard touchdown run in this game. 2 explosive plays that have been the difference between the Battlehawks and defenders. The game ended, of course, with that interception from AJ McCarron looking for Mitchell down the left sideline. Before we go, just make sure that if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our NFL or XFL content. We've got a brand new video coming out tomorrow focusing on the first week of the NFL free agency, where we take a look at the 4 biggest winners and 4 biggest losers of the free agency period so far. So make sure you're already subscribed, hit that notification bell so you're notified as soon as that video becomes available. Let us know your thoughts on that video in the comments as well. Thank you very much for everybody that has joined us tonight. We appreciate your support. And we'll hopefully see you in next week's live stream of the San Antonio Brahmas at the Arlington Renegades. See you next time.